Welcome to the rukus ICX 7250 product overview training. This is a legal disclaimer that states that this training is for informational purposes only and that all rights are reserved with Rukus Wireless Incorporated. This course will provide an overview of the ICX 7250 access switch, look at its positioning and place in the ICX portfolio, examine its new features and technical details, as well as cover some licensing information. Let's begin with a high-level overview of the features of the ICX 7250. As mentioned earlier, the ICX 7250 is a workhorse mainstream access switch. It is an entry-level stackable that delivers the highest 10G scalability and future-proof functionality. It comes in 5 models with 24-port or 48-port PoE Plus or non-PoE configurations. So what are the key features of the ICX 7250 that provides high-performance scalability? First of all, the ICX 7250 has 8 × 10 GE uplinks or stackable ports. This is a significant increase from what was previously offered in the ICX 6450. If you are familiar with the ICX 6450, you may be aware that it has 4 × 10 uplink or stacking ports. So this means that the ICX 7250 doubles up the 10G capacity to offer a stacking bandwidth of up to 80 gigabytes. The ICX 7250 supports stacking of up to 12 units. The ICX 6450 allowed stacking up to 8 units, so again, this is a significant increase, and it is in fact similar to the stacking capacity of the ICX 7450 switch. The ICX 7250 also offers future-proof functionality, such as the switch port extender. As this slide indicates, this feature is not available in the 8.0.3r release, but it will be available in a future release. However, it is important to note that this feature will be supported in this product, so whenever it becomes available, then the ICX 7250 will be able to support it. The switch port extender is a key feature because it allows mix and match stacking similar to the stacking that is currently available between the ICX 6610 and the ICX 6450. A similar type of functionality will be available between the ICX 7750 and now the ICX 7250 in the near future. OpenFlow 1.3 is another feature that will be available in future releases. If you are familiar with the ICX 6450, you may be aware that it supports an external power supply that provides power for up to a maximum of 3 ICX 6450 switches. The ICX 7250, on the other hand, has a new advanced external power supply, or EPS, that can provide redundant power for up to 16 ICX 7250 switches. Again, this is a significant increase from what was available on the ICX 6450. The new EPS on the ICX 7250 can also be used for an increased PoE or PoE Plus power budget. As a note, this module does not contain any specific pricing information. Please refer to the price list for the most current pricing information. For those of you who are not already familiar with the ICX 7000 switch families, the 7 series switches are organized in a price performance versus function and scalability tier scale. The ICX 7150 is an entry-level access switch, whereas the ICX 7250 is the workhorse mainstream access switch. The ICX 7450 is a more high-end switch in terms of power over Ethernet or PoE access aggregation, while the ICX 7750 is the most robust aggregation and core distributed chassis switch offering for enterprise LANs. In terms of positioning, one can expect a natural migration from the ICX 6450 to the ICX 7250. The ICX 7250 offers advanced features at a comparable price. We've already touched upon some important features, such as increased uplink and stacking bandwidth, 12-unit stacking EPS support for up to 16 switches, and the future-ready features such as switch port extender, as well as OpenFlow 1.3. The Layer 3 IP version 6 and multicast routing is another feature that will be available in future releases. All these attributes are compelling reasons to position the ICX 7250 in the place where one would traditionally place the ICX 6450. The ICX 6450 is one of our most popular campus products and will continue to be sold. Some instances of where it would be purchased are as follows. The ICX 6450 would be sold to existing customers who have a large ICX 6450 installed base and they need to add units